Good morning. Are you excited?
I am. A little nervous now.
Good morning, Rogersville, and anyone else watching. Sorry we're a little late this morning. I don't even know what time it is. It's okay. We're only 10 minutes late.
Oh.
It could be much worse.
In mom time, that's like normal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually...
We're early on mom
I'm
time.
usually always 10 minutes late to something.
There you go.
What's it called? Fashionably late. I like to arrive fashionably late. So, I am Megan, which you guys know. This is my best friend in the entire world, Natalia, and she is going to be my guest host today. And yeah, there's not really much else for me to say. She's visiting. She has got 3 kids too.
I do.
And there are 6 kids in my house right now, so
it's a lot.
It's going to be a really fun weekend. We're going to go to Jump Mania and let them free and just go crazy. So
yes,
and then we're gonna get Chick-fil-A.
And then I'm so excited because where I'm from,
I can't believe that. I don't understand. I mean, it's Arkansas, sure, but
I know.
So why don't they have Chick-fil-A?
You would think we do.
So how close is the closest Chick-fil-A to you?
I guess it would be like 35 minutes. Which, when you have 3 kids, is like,
oh, that's like
is that really worth it?
No, absolutely
just for
not.
Food. And then we don't really like to eat in yet. We're just not there yet. So it's like, I'm not going to drive that long to get like, and then bring it home to eat, you know? Like, it's just, it ain't worth it.
No. See, I don't know when I'll ever be ready to go.
Inside.
I mean, obviously, like, their dad has taken them.
Yeah.
But it's mom, and they react to things worse with mom. Because, you know, like they say, like, mom is your safe place or whatever. And I'm like, awesome. Like,
but you're not my safe place.
You're not my safe place. In fact, I'd really like to go sleep right now. So could you just go somewhere else? But
yeah, I still don't go anywhere with them in public. And my youngest is 3, and I still can't. It just like, something always happens every time. And then I'll get back in the car and I'll be like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah, well, my mom thinks I'm crazy for not wanting to like take all 3 places. And I'm like, go talk to Natalia, because I don't think she takes all 3 places. No. And her kid is a year older than my youngest.
Yeah, no, I can't. Because I don't have enough arms to football carry all 3 of them.
See?
Out of a place.
Yes, I always go with the line from Friends with Phoebe's brother, and I'm gonna adjust this, and he comes to visit, and they're in the coffee shop, and they're sleeping, and they're all like probably 5 or 6 at the time, maybe a little, maybe like 4 or 5. And they're all sleeping, and they're talking about it, and Phoebe's like, "Oh, don't they look so cute?" And he goes, "I haven't slept in 4 years." And then she's like, "Okay," and he starts to like freak out. And he's like, "What do you do when you've got one in each hand and the third one comes running at your place and you've got no other hand to protect your area?" I was like, that's it.
That's motherhood.
That's it. Like. That's all it is. That's all it is for me. You can't take one, and no, taking all 3 is too hard. Oh, now you admit to it, Mom.
Well, the good thing is I have 2 in school, so I just try to get all of life done. Well, those 2 are in school, and then my youngest goes with me everywhere.
Yeah, see, but now I'm gonna have daycare kids, and I'm not dragging all those kids.
No.
No way. But I mean, if I was at work, then I wouldn't be
Yeah.
running errands either. So it's just
You'll just have to wait for after work.
it's just my new.
But then you have all 3 after
life.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it's a really fun time in my house. That's why most of the nights I can go to sleep crying myself to sleep. I'm just
Did
kidding.
you cry last
No,
night?
I didn't.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I haven't cried myself to sleep in 31 to, I don't know. But it's okay. It's all working out. It's all good. No, really.
I feel like our tally is probably about the same.
Probably. Yeah, but man, your reason sucks too.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what we should talk about. Is like we're both single parenting.
Are you allowed to share a little bit?
Yeah, because
Of it?
so he's not deployed.
Yeah.
Good morning. And my husband's in South Korea, and he'll be there for about a year. So it's been. I just remember when he called me and he told me about you guys. I was like, we'll be single together.
Yes.
But then, once he comes back, I feel like that's just not fair.
It's not. That's okay though. It's fine. It's all good in the hood.
But Cody helps a lot. I feel like when we hang out.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I trust him to watch all six kids.
I think he totally could.
So yeah, we're gonna do that still.
Yes. Well, we're obviously gonna see each other more often this year than before. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm just saying. But, I mean, whenever you told me that he was going to leave, I remember being like, wasn't that just spin your neck, kick you in the crotch fantastic? Like, what the heck? For those, I mean, Rogersville's not really a military town, and that's where we met. We met when we were all stationed at in South Carolina. So our kids have known each other since they were our oldest two. Well, actually, I guess technically all of them. They all have known each other in diapers at one point.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
They were so cute. They were they all slept in the same bunk bed last night.
At least 4 of them did.
Yes, 4 of them did.
The babies are still a little spoiled.
Yeah, they are.
They get good sleep,
Yeah. Andrew was still sleeping when we left. I was like, oh, so you don't sleep during the night, but you'll sleep when I leave. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I honestly don't know how he's going to do at the jump place. But he's older now. But I think the last time we went, Sydney went with me, so she was able to follow him around. So I think I'm going to let him go with the boys and Naomi and stuff and see how he does first.
Do they let adults up there?
If you need to, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think maybe we should just dress and prepare for having to follow these kids everywhere.
Absolutely.
I think...
it's probably good.
Oh, he's awake.
Oh, he's up.
There
Awesome. At 8:02. Oh, lovely. I remember when he woke up at 4. I was like, oh no, he's awake.
I was hoping I would hear him, and then I was going to try to take him.
It's fine.
That way you could sleep. But since I had 2 sound machines in the room, I heard the rain.
I'm glad, though. Yeah, that rain. It almost sounded like hail.
Yes.
It
At
was
one point, I
loud.
was like, what is going on? And I thought Esther's like scared of rain in the middle of the night. And I thought she was going to wake up screaming. And I was like, oh, Lord. Because I feel like once one kid screams, they all scream.
It's a cycle. Yeah. No, but yeah, the rain woke me up. And then I woke up at one point because normally the cats, they go between the boys' room and my room and playing in the living room during the night. But we closed the door because I didn't want him jumping on. We tried to for that 1 second and he went right to Benji. Uh-oh. What just happened? Uh-oh. Sorry, guys, for the extra noise and the popped up. Okay, we're good. Okay. Hey, we're still live. Let me know in the comments if you can still see us. Hopefully you can. I'm going to keep talking, and we're just going to really cross our fingers. But I didn't want, as soon as we saw Benji move, it was, take the cat, and run.
And Benji's not the kid that you want to wake up.
No.
He's the last kid, I feel like, out of all 6. Like, he's a ticking time bomb. You just all need to be
Poor
careful.
Benji.
He's getting slightly better, but then it's like,
getting better.
I feel like some days I just don't know that he's gonna like have a bad day. Which I mean, I try to give up grace. They're tiny humans, and I know I have some days where I'm like, not in a best mood. But yeah, he's definitely not the one that you want to be woken up by a cat. So
Yeah. So, but because of that, I woke up one of the times and both cats were sleeping in a ball in between my legs. I was like, but I woke up because Andrew woke up. So I'm like, awesome. So then I leave. I bring him back. Of course, he does as usual. I change his diaper because I don't want him to pee through my bed. No way. And so I'm doing all that, and the cats are still sitting there, and I was kind of surprised. I figured they would run off. And then they just curled up in a ball again, right like below his feet. And I'm like, okay,
they
that's
love
fine.
you.
I know, but still.
My dog sleeps with me, and I'll, like, if I'm feeling extra lonely, I'll be like, come here. And then, which
It's every night.
usually the problem is, dogs. When I say, like, come here, she thinks, like, let's do stuff. So then she's like, and I'm like, no. I just meant, like, come lay.
Just come lay next to me.
Come lay and sleep right here.
See, but the
she's
cats,
getting
they
better. She
bite. Because they think, like, when they get towards me, they'll, like, if they see my hair like this, they will chew on it. They just start to, like, yeah. And then, like, the other night, like, I was like, okay, the other day, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a small nap. I had all the kids. Sydney was with them. And I was like, I'm going to close my eyes for 15 minutes. Freaking Chandler comes up. Yeah, my cats are Chandler and Joey. If that doesn't tell you at all who I am, the kind of person I am, that should. But Chandler jumped up, and he starts just with his teeth, like, on my skin. And I'm like, get off.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I just wanted to close my eyes for 15 minutes. I'm so tired.
That's why I could never have cats, because I'm so scared of stuff like that. Or, like, scratching. Like, one of them took their claws out and was, like, near me. And I was like, oh, my gosh, no. Like, I freak out.
They're still little, though. You literally just lift their paw up. Or just shove them up.
Well, one of them was trying to eat this morning, and Esther's over there trying to, like, pick him up as he's eating. And I'm like, if that was a dog, like, you'd get bit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, no, not these cats.
Yeah,
No.
and I was like,
they're honestly the most low-key cats I've ever met. I mean, one of the kids that I had literally zipped up Chandler in the backpack all the way up to his neck. I thought he was dead there for a second. I really did. I was slightly panicked. But he didn't meow, didn't scratch. He was like lulled to sleep. That or his oxygen levels were like cut off and he was passing out. I don't know. But he's okay. He's okay. I told the little girl, I go, we don't zip up cats in the backpack, okay? We don't zip up the cats. Don't do that, please. Ever again. But,
it's so cute.
So I did want to say one thing. There's an event coming up in Rogersville in April, and it's a mom and son Nerf gun war.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. I believe, I was going to grab my phone check. I believe it's April 23rd. So for all the moms in the area, if you want to do that, I think you can literally just look up like mom and son Nerf gun war, possibly. I will find the link and I'll post it in the comments when we're done. But it looks really cool, and I think I'm going to take Alex and Aiden.
I would say, are you taking all three?
No. Andrew came and shoot a gun. He walks around with it empty, the Nerf gun in the house. But like Alex and we were all playing Nerf guns in the backyard the other night, and I was enjoying myself. I was like, I'm a fun mom. I'm a fun mom. And then I was talking to Cassie outside yesterday, and she goes, oh, did you hear about that mother-son? I go, the Nerf gun thing? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you going? And she's like, I think so. And I'm like, yes. I was like, good, because I think I'll take both kids. She'll have Parker, and then we can just sit there and let them shoot each other with Nerf guns.
I got Benji a prize for doing good, and I got him like a little cheap Nerf gun from like, I think you have the same one.
I'm sure I do.
Same bullets.
I'm sure.
Oh my! I was having a hard time, like pulling it back. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is not for kids.
They put them between their legs. Well, they used to put them between their legs to cock it.
This one was hard. Mm. But then my sister got him like a Minecraft bow and arrow one.
I saw that one.
He can put in between his legs and do it. Mm-hmm. Which anything that requires me not to help is my new favorite toy. But this new one, I was like, I'm so sorry that I got you this toy that is requiring you to come up to me every 5 seconds. But at least the bullets from the new toy can be used in the bow and arrow. Yes,
most of them are like that. I mean, I've got about 8 Nerf guns at this point, with more in the future, I'm sure. Well, that's just about to happen. But anyway, April, I believe it's April 23rd. So get on Facebook. It's like, I think it's called like Mother-Son Nerf Gun War. And I might be in Rogersville. Like, I think I might actually, it could be in Rogersville. I don't know. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I know that it's close by. So check that out. Now, I know we had talked about what we wanted to talk about. I know we talked about what we wanted to talk about. And you mentioned talking about making friends as, like, when you're a mom.
Yes.
And I was thinking about it, and I'm the mom that, like, if we're at the park and I see other moms that I don't know and I see them walking towards me, I'm the mom that's like, come on, don't do it. Don't come. No.
Okay.
I'm just
I think
sitting.
you're going to say the opposite. I'm like, how did we become friends?
No, I'm like, don't, please don't.
That's
Let's
me
just
too.
don't. Like, you know, I'm a social butterfly. Always have been. I'm probably more of an extrovert.
Yeah.
And then I have introvert moments. But, like, when I'm at the park and I see other moms, I'm like, please just
Also
don't
just
come
feel
near
like
me.
we've
Don't
had
come near me.
kind of bad luck with other mom friends.
Should we tell
Is that-
them? Should we tell them about her? Should we do it?
Well,
There's
I don't
no
think
way
we
that
can tell him. I don't think we can tell them, like, everything, you know.
Let's just say
We met through a mutual friend.
through a mutual friend.
That is no longer our friend. For good reasons.
Let's just say she burned a lot of bridges with most people at our base.
I think with everybody.
Probably with everybody. And let's just say it was not a good time. And I just think it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, why
I
can't
feel like it
everyone
traumatized
just...
me.
Yeah, like, why can't everyone just be nice? What's
Yeah.
hard? Like, how is it so difficult just to be a good, nice person?
Yeah.
And, like, you're a mom. Like, if you're a mom, you know the struggles of other moms.
Yeah.
So why be cruel to other moms? Why not lift them up? Like, you don't have to be besties with everyone, obviously. You know,
And that's
but
another line that I feel like I struggle with. Maybe because, you know, like, we moved away at 18. You're in this state by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you really do just kind of, like, hold on for dear life with other military wife,
Yeah.
moms, you know. And I feel like sometimes I struggle and I'll meet people and I'm like, I don't really want to be your best friend. And then I don't know how to find that happy medium of, like,
being a friend and being a
yes,
best friend.
I feel like I have to go all in.
Well,
and
I'm
it's
glad
like-
you did with me.
Well,
But I get
we
exactly
had
what you're
something in common.
Yeah, that's what we do have in common. We're going to be best friends forever. Of course, in our case, it's true. But with other people, yeah. I've always had that struggle, you know, because when you start to connect with someone, you're like, oh, like we could be really close. And sadly, like not sadly, but you're not going to be best friends with every person that you're friends with. It's not going to happen. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that maybe it is, or maybe they don't actually have a best friend, so they're just kind of close with a lot of people, or that's just how they are towards others, which is fine. I mean, I would rather you act like everyone's your best friend than act like a total snob. You know, that would
I also
be worse.
feel like I feel guilty. Like, if I get this best friend, like, are you gonna feel like I'm replacing you?
Yeah, I've had
you
that.
know, and that happened when all of my best friends, except like one, is long distance. I feel like it is a struggle of like, well, I don't want to forget you guys, but at the same time, I feel like you have found a better community than I have.
But I feel like you've started to find a better community now. I mean, it took you a little bit, but I feel like
it's still just, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I am like traumatized from her, because we invested so much into
you really
her.
did.
And we opened up so much to her, and then, but I feel like I like didn't miss her because
You did or you didn't?
I did, because we went like, I mean, I watched her give birth, you know, like, how do you...
I forgot about that.
Yes. How do you go in somebody's room, you see what you see, and I was the one, like, praying over her. Like, she was trying to, like, give birth, and she's like, Natalia, pray. Like, how do you go from that to, like, blocking me on
How do you
everything?
also, though, talk about prayer and talk about your relationship with the Lord and then treat people that way?
Yeah, well, that's a whole other thing.
Whole other topic for another day, yeah.
But I do feel like it makes me hold back.
She crazy pants. What?
She is.
She's what makes you feel bad?
It makes me hold back.
Oh, hold back, yeah.
Which I'm glad that...
See, I wasn't friends with her
With
as
you.
long yeah, I'm glad with us it was fine. But I
you
was
still opened up to her.
yes, so I opened up to her to an extent, and that bit me in the arse real bad. But I still wasn't like, I didn't invest as much time in her as you guys did, because you guys were there before us. So,
And that's what sucks is when we met her, she wasn't a Christian. We invited her to church, and I talked so much God to her. And what sucks looking back is it was such a nice time in my life. Getting somebody closer to God made me so much closer to God. And I look back and I'm like, wow, in my walk with God, that was such a good time. But then on the other side was honestly like an abusive friendship, I feel like. And
I can see it.
it is sad to look back on that. And it's just, I don't know, it's very weird. It's very weird. But I mean, technically it's, thanks to us, kind of. And I don't regret that. I'm glad that, she got close to God and stuff. But it's weird.
Well, I remember being like hanging out with them a couple times and seeing their relationship. And I remember just being like, I'm uncomfortable. This is weird. Why are they fighting in front of me?
Which she had the nerve to talk about me and Cody's relationship. She's like, the way Cody treats you. And I'm like, the way Cody treats me.
He's like, have you looked in the mirror? Have you seen how you treat your husband? Like, Can we back up here for a second?
Yeah. And I was like, you've seen the way Cody treats me because he's annoyed to be around you. And maybe it splashes on me. But like,
that's how it was with.
It's you, honey.
Yeah, it's all you, honey, honey bun. Let's not get it confused here. But
no, I'm glad I, reached out to you, or we reached out to each other.
I think we were started talking about Beachbody.
I think so.
Because Cody was deployed.
I'm not sure who did who.
I don't remember.
I just had Benjamin.
I feel like you asked me about it. I feel like there was a question, maybe. I don't remember. It's probably on our Facebook.
That whole time of my life is like, for real. I could probably go back and
you probably could go back.
Gosh, I bet you they're so awkward.
You probably
like, hey girl,
I'd love to know more about that program you posted about. Oh yeah, I'd love to tell you more. Gosh, I cringe.
And now, like, our conversations last night, it's like, wow, we've come
a long ways from that conversation. But that was years ago. When did he deploy the first time? What year was that?
5 years ago. I mean, because Benji's 5.
See? And we've known each other longer because we met once or twice when they were babies because of Brenna.
Yeah, so technically, I've known you for, like, because that was January 28th or something. So I've technically known you pretty much all of Alex's life. Yeah. Because he was teeny tiny.
He was little. Right before he got chunky.
Naomi was teeny, but not.
Let's see, Vicky said.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's my problem. The ones still close live far away.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like, here's the thing, like, when we were in South Carolina, she was a military wife.
Oh.
Mom of 3 for 14 years.
Dang.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So, to see, like, she has friends still, too.
Having 14-year-olds.
A 14? I know. I don't want to think about Alex being 14.
Oh, my gosh. There's at some point, like, we're going to have to be careful how our kids interact. You know what I mean? Like...
Well, last night we had them get changed in separate rooms because I was like, you guys are 6 now.
Naomi went to pee this morning, and Alex walked by, and she was peeing, and he closed the door for her, and he looks back at me, he's like... I'm like, you can't see anything. She's sitting.
Yeah.
But... Naomi's like, I'm so sorry.
So when they saw each other yesterday, we missed the interaction because you guys got to my mom's house.
Well, my kids ran inside
a minute or two before I did. Yeah,
like if we lived there or something.
That's okay. I'd rather them be more comfortable than like be afraid or nervous. But my sister told us that they like stood in front of each other, and then Alex looks at her and goes, "She looks different." So, I'm like, it's only been a year, but they have both matured a lot in their faces, especially over the last year.
Yeah, they're losing a lot of that, like,
The baby.
they just keep losing more and more of the baby face. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because I put together the pictures of Naomi's first softball practice last year and this year, and it's her face.
It's Alex's
Her body
face.
is pretty much, she's still wearing the same clothes, but like her face is just so, she's looking like a little lady.
Yeah, Alex is looking like a little man.
Yes, he's got a little stud right there.
Ugh.
His dance moves. He gets them from mama.
He does. Absolutely.
You should wait till you see Benji dance.
The what?
Benji break dances. That's
Oh, really?
his thing.
Oh, Eden's starting to do that. It's
break
really
dances.
slow, yeah. He doesn't really know.
He goes very fast. He does give me Chandler vibes. You know?
Gives you Chandler
He gives me but Chandler kind of just like stays right here, you know?
Yeah.
Benji just kind of like we need to come back to this moment of us just like
like whenever Chandler and Monica are, they're together, but no one knows. And they go away no, that wasn't that. They're talking. This is terrible for me to say. I completely forgot what the episode was about until I started talking. But when Rachel catches Monica waiting for Chandler in her room.
Is this the laundry one? Oh,
No.
You know what they call you.
No, not that one either.
Oh.
It's the one where she's in the room and Rachel goes, "Oh my gosh, Monica." And she's like, "I'm sorry." And she's like, "Please tell me you were waiting for a guy." And she's like, "Yes, I was. I'm dating a guy from work." And then they're in the coffee house with Chandler and Rachel says something about how Monica says the guy that she's with is the best she's ever had. And
he's
Chandler
like,
goes,
"Tell me more."
Yeah, he goes, "Oh." And then he's like talking about, all that kind of stuff. And then he jumps on the table in their apartment because Rachel's like, is it better than Richard? And when she says it might be, he like jumps on the table and he goes.
And I feel like that's his go-to.
Yeah, and then later Monica's in the apartment and she's like mad and he's like, "Well, you want to book some time with the best you've ever had?" And she's like, "I don't think so." And he's like, "Why?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe because." That's a terrible thing for me to talk about on this video, but I started talking about it and then I realized it's almost like I forgot what they were talking about, and then I started speaking and then it came back to
committed.
me. It was too late. It's okay.
That's okay.
Back to what Vicky was saying though, when we were in South Carolina, I had like Allie here, I had a close friend 1,000 miles away too. So, but in some ways it's nice because you get a break from each other in person. And then when you see each other, I feel like it's something that you know that you can't take for granted because you don't get to see them every single day anymore, That's why I've been counting down the days. I pretty much jumped into her arms yesterday, honestly. I thought about just grabbing it.
Part of me feels bad because it's kind of like you called me and you're like, "Hey, I'm getting divorced."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to come see you."
Yeah. So when are we look at my
I
calendar.
felt that's what pushed me. But at the same time, I wanted to come the same day.
Yeah.
I remember calling Cody and being like, feasibly, how can this happen? Mm-hmm. How can I get to, I can't say the state's name. I can't say Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri?
Yes. Missouri.
I was like, how fast can I get there? What do I do with the kids? Can I take the kids? Can Naomi and then but then you were like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm taken care of. But it still was so hard not to just get in the car and come.
I'm going to cry now. It's okay. It's all okay.
And I just remember I don't know. I feel like that conversation was so, it's one of those
You asked if I was lying. She asked if I was kidding.
So when I asked that, I was in front of my microwave. That's how much I remember. And then I had to sit down. I literally had to sit down. And then that's when you started. Because at first, you're so chill about it. She calls me. She's like, "Hey, so I just wanted to let you know." And I'm like, "Oh, where this?" And I feel like our friendship was not where it is now then. We kind of went through a little season.
Yeah, a little season. Everyone
and
goes
so
through
you
seasons.
called me, and I don't know what I'm expecting. And you're just like, "So Stuff happened, and my husband is gone, and he says he's done, and like that's it. And I'm just like,
Then I started
it
crying.
seemed very fake.
Yeah.
It's in the way you're just talking about it, and then you started crying when you started talking about the boys.
Well, at that point, I feel like I had told. I feel like
because that was like Thursday.
Yeah, so it was like the third day. It was like the third day. And I think at that point I talked to so many people because, I mean, I had like 8 ladies from church come over the day after.
Yeah.
And they had prayed over me. So I explained everything to them, what was going on. And so I feel like when I called you, because I wanted to call you right away, but we were, you know, going through a little season. We still were texting, though, off and on.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't not talking.
No.
It was just kind of.
Yeah, we just weren't, I feel like we just weren't talking as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, okay. I was like, Natalia's like my sister, so I'm going to call her. I'm going to tell her.
Oh, if I had found out on like Facebook, I would have killed you.
but I think
I would not have done that.
It's okay. But I think I put it off. Like, I feel like I didn't call you the first day because I feel like calling you and telling you made it more real because you were with us for years and you saw everything.
Yeah.
And so.
Because I feel like everybody here, most people here have a gap of your marriage for 5 years.
6
years.
Yes,
well,
6.
I mean, but I knew you for 5 of it. And then we were the ones that I feel like had a front row seat to that gap of it.
Yep. Exactly.
And I still can't wrap my mind around it.
You and me both.
I know, and I feel bad that I keep saying that.
No, it's okay.
I feel like
I feel like everyone. I feel like my mom still says that too.
Yeah.
She's like, "Huh?" You know, like what? And honestly, I'm okay that it pushed you to come. Like I knew we would see each other whenever you told me Cody had to leave. I knew we would see each other at some point. And in a way,
which I do think we made that comment. Like Cody's leaving, I'm coming.
Yes, exactly. I was like, okay, I'll be there. You just let me know. You just let me know when he leaves. I'll just get down there somehow. Yeah. And I feel like we probably did talk about spring break. I bet we probably did. Whenever you talked about Cody leaving, I'm sure we talked about something. But
it just gave me like an urgency of like I need to see her. And then ideally, I would love to be with you like when he has his first overnights. Cause I feel like that too. And so, you know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Maybe we can meet
try.
Maybe we can meet up halfway.
Yeah, something.
Like
I was going to tell you, this is like not the time to talk about it. I was like, maybe we should go to like a river or something. Like in the summer, not today.
Let's do it. Yeah. It might be a little rainy and cold out there to go to the river.
I was like, maybe we can get like an Airbnb or something and like do some glamping in the summer with the kids.
Yes.
And just like stay outside all day and like, you know, just.
Let's do it. You and I should go to Nashville for a weekend.
Nashville. Well, I'm going to Memphis for the concert.
Oh, that's right.
Which is my first time like going to Memphis. I've never been to Nashville.
Memphis is real crappy.
I know.
Because we would have to drive through Memphis every single time to get to Missouri.
Yeah.
And we always ended up getting to Memphis when it was starting to get dark. And so, like, I remember one of the first times we drove through there. And we drove through pretty much the same route every single time. And they have this, like, you know, gentleman's club. And I remember one of the first times we drove past it, it was late at night. Actually, yeah, it was like early in the morning because the first few trips we would drive overnight and back to Missouri to visit people. And I remember like tons of people out in the parking lot. And I remember one time there was someone cooking chicken, like a lady cooking chicken in the parking lot with like tents and people were like lining up in this gentleman's club. I remember being like, where are we right now? Where?
So we don't stop. We hit Memphis. We know we have 2 hours till we get home.
Yeah.
We're booking it. Like,
see, when we hit Memphis, we still have 5 hours.
Oh, yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, we don't stop, though. But we just, because that area that we pass, it's very narrow, and it's a slower speed limit. And so,
I know what you're talking about,
so, and it's like the really crappy part of town. And so, it just, I remember it vividly. I can still picture it. I'm like, I'm never going to probably drive that route again.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Well,
drove so many times.
My friend I'm going with, I already told her, I was like, you're driving.
You're going to drive. I don't drive.
I'm not a driver. I'm not, my other friend, you know she's my best friend too. My other best friend, Kristen, like, it's a running joke that I try to get into an accident every time I drive with her. because it's just not my forte.
It's okay.
And then the other day I was FaceTiming Cody and I was driving safely, and he goes, "I miss driving you around." And I was like, "Listen, same."
Yeah, I've had those few moments where
Yes.
I'm like, I'm done driving. I really
Yes.
don't want to do this anymore.
You take it for granted, like
Yeah, you
they
really do.
chauffeur you, like
Yeah.
I just have to get in the passenger seat. I don't do anything.
Yep. I also miss not getting my own water anymore. You know, it's true.
I don't.
honey.
Not that person.
I am.
It's the opposite.
No, see, it's the climb into bed. Could you go grab me some water?
No, ours is climb into bed. Like, why don't you run to the store and get some ice cream? He's all for it. He's like, let's
Sure,
go.
I'll jump at it. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But
oh,
I guess we got off friendship. But I'm grateful for your friendship.
I'm grateful for your friendship. Just stop right there. I'm gonna go cry.
We can cry together tonight.
Okay. Well, can we laugh instead? I could use some laughter.
Oh, we laughed last night.
I know.
I feel like
Yeah.
I coughed, laughed.
That's okay.
You know, like,
well, it made me laugh whenever you're like, I gotta get to sleep. I'm thinking to myself, I don't like. It's only like 11ish. Like we're fine. And then you were like, so what time do you wake up? And I'm like, I don't know, when the sun starts shining. And you're like, the show. And I'm like, oh, it's Friday. It's gonna be Friday. Yeah, I don't wake up when the sun is shining. I wake up before.
I know. I was thinking this morning, like, if I had woken up Esther, I would have been like, the sun's not out. Go back to sleep.
It's nighttime.
Yeah.
Go back, little.
And Benji will wake up and check the window, and then he'll be like, but the sun's out. And I'm like, okay, but it's still 5 in the morning.
That's the only good thing about one of the good things about the time change is it's darker, longer in the morning. But I will say these last couple days when it's like light out at like 8, and I'm like, what time is it? Is it 7? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's bedtime.
It is.
Oh, I thought I had a workout on for a second. It's okay.
Let's do it.
It was just my heart rate. Ooh, I got to work out today.
Oh my! I want to say this like funny story. I went and got like a drink. I called you. You know about it. I went and got a drink from like this place for the first time.
Oh.
And it tasted just like the pre-workout that me and Megan use. I mean, identical. Like texture-wise, flavor-wise, it was the pre-workout. And I called her and I was like, Megan, this is making me think I have to work out. I'm not working out right now.
It was really red too.
Yes, but that's how my pre-workout is.
Yeah.
We get different flavors, but
I'm a lemon.
Mine is,
I'm
mine
a lemon.
is fruit punch. But it was and it was just all of it was identical, and I was like, it was giving me like almost like anxiety, like.
I need to
Where's
go
my
do
weights?
Some, I need to go do some push-ups.
Yes. And I was like, I don't want to feel like that right now. I'm enjoying my time.
That's okay. It's all good in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
But it was fun. Oh, but on friendships, I wanted to talk about, like, I feel like us, that we watch so much Friends, How I Met Your Mother. The Office is actually pretty normal. But, like, I feel like it does give a false sense of, like, you have to spend 24/7 with your friends. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not reasonable in real life.
I'm sure it's more reasonable for people that don't have kids, aren't married, and they're all
like
single.
Even then, nobody's just like,
yeah.
Well, maybe there are people.
Maybe there are. I got married and moved really fast.
I feel like that girl
so
was
did you.
like that one girl was like that.
Yes.
Like, let's spend every waking moment together.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, we're married. Like, I'm married.
Yes.
I don't want to spend every weekend with you.
Which I like that me and Kristen and me and you have this mutual understanding of like, my husband's home. Mm-hmm. You know, like, we spend time together. Yeah. So then it'd be like work hours, you know, let's party it up.
Do it.
Yeah. But then it's
get
like,
the kids and go to the park.
We're like,
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it is kind of weird, and I expect people to do that. And also, I'm not the inviter. I'm the invitee. See, like both. You tell me, like, be there Saturday, 3 in the morning. Don't tell me 3 in the morning. 3 in the afternoon, dude. You know, we're doing this, whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Mm-hmm. But like, if you're like, when do you want to hang out? I'm like,
it's like, I don't know. You let me know. You tell me a time.
I'm also the queen of like last minute plans.
Oh yeah.
So So then I'll text people like, what you doing today? They're like, well, we're booked, you know? And I'm like, oh.
See, that's one thing you can always know about me. I'm not booked. Last minute Nancy right here. That's what I am.
I just feel like it's better to live.
It's better to live on the, what's the phrase? The seat of your
Fly by the seat of your pants.
pants? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's something like,
I'm not American. That's my go-to when I mess it up.
you are as American as they come. Oh, that was bad.
You know, my kids don't just say America. It's Captain America.
Oh.
So, like, the national anthem is Captain America's song. And 4th of July is Captain America's Day.
Huh.
Everything's Captain.
That's interesting.
I don't realize.
There
was America before Captain America.
Before Captain America.
Yes. It's funny, though.
Have you seen the new Spider-Man?
Yes.
You saw it?
Girl, immediately me and Cody were like, come get the kids. Somebody, anybody, come get. We're Marvel people. That's
So were we. So were we.
Wait, you have not seen it.
No, and it's on Amazon now.
We're watching it tonight.
Can we?
Yes, it is.
Is this so good?
It.
Okay, have you seen that? Have you seen the
speechless.
other movie with Tom Holland? It's Tom Holland and
Please tell me you did not watch this movie. Tom Holland and who?
the new one, Uncharted.
Okay, no. You're talking about another Netflix Tom Holland movie. That is.
Is there one on Netflix?
Yes, and I do not advise it. It is very, very much so for adults.
But you watched it?
Unfortunately.
Did
Once
you
I start
finish?
the movie, I have to finish it. I can't.
That's how I was with I started watching Yellowstone.
I have not.
And so I started watching the first episode and I was like, oh my gosh, no way. And then I stopped it. I didn't watch anything else. And then everyone was like, that first episode really isn't like a good judge of character for the rest of the seasons. Mm-hmm. And so it was a couple months later I started watching it and I binge watched all 4 seasons.
Maybe I need to.
It was.
That's like
good.
Euphoria. Everybody talks about Euphoria. Have you ever tried
No,
watching
my
it?
cousin watches it.
Oh my goodness.
She watches it, but then she showed me like the trailer, and I was like,
So it's about like drugs.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
no,
Okay, I'm trying to think of Orange is the New Black.
no.
Oh my gosh, you're so sheltered. It's very.
I saw like a couple minutes of Orange is the New Black because my sister used to watch it.
It is.
I bite my tongue right there.
It's not for kids. It's not even for adults, in my opinion. It's not for us. I guess that's the way to say it. It's not for us.
Uh-oh. Have you watched Bridgerton?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I feel like that was like at the end. It wasn't that bad until like
It's
the
the
last
middle.
few episodes. It's like until they get married.
Yeah.
I mean, they waited for marriage. That's godly.
It is. I didn't need to see all that.
No.
I was like,
Yeah, you kind of have to, especially, I feel like you're very weird about it. Yeah, you have
yeah,
to like,
Akko Taco.
yeah. But
Awkward.
no.
That's what I did in high school. Awkward taco.
Euphoria is worse. I had
It's
to talk
worse?
to Cody about it. Yes, I had to talk to Cody about it because I felt very guilty about what I had seen. And I was like, as my husband, I feel like you need to know.
Good for you, though.
I'm so sorry.
See, but I'm already counting
so
down
sorry.
the days until the season 2 of Bridgerton. Have you watched the trailer for season 2?
I have not yet. Cause I
You
don't know
haven't
if, I
watched
don't know
the
if I want to watch it.
Oh, I am.
Like, what if it's worse? You know, that's my thing.
Then turn it off. If it's worse, turn it off.
I just told you I can't do that.
Okay, I'll watch it first and I'll just let you know.
We can do that.
That's terrible.
I
These
just-
two
I
Christian
have
ladies
to-
talking about watching Bridgerton. Listen,
Or-
my life is really like single, not ready to mingle.
We need to get you there.
Cassie really wants me to get there. She's like, you gotta go on a date. You gotta get out
But
there.
at the same, so
And
I saw,
I'm like, do you want to know what I would talk about on a date? Yes, the weather is nice. Do you watch Blippi? Because I do.
he had a son.
They had the baby?
Yes.
Aw.
Oh,
Go
I can't
Blippy.
remember what they named him. It was a cute
It was
name.
probably Blippy Jr.
No. Maybe like August or something. It was a cute name. But I watched this TikTok and she mentioned a quote, and I think this still sounds good.
Wait, who said the quote?
This girl on TikTok.
Okay.
It was like a breakup video. And she's like, when you don't heal from your wounds, you start bleeding into other areas of your life. And I feel like at the same time, I think as eager as we are for you to start dating, you know, that's not fair to the next guy if you're still bringing in.
Exactly, and that's why I have not done anything.
I think you should take your time.
Yeah.
I think none of the situation was, like, you didn't have a hand in the situation, which means God did. As sucky as that is, it still sucks.
It still sucks, yeah.
But I feel like he will.
There's your mother-in-law.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, I love you too.
Guys, really quick, because I love saying this about her. My mother-in-law is my Naomi, and I'm Ruth, and we love each other, and we do life together, and I love her. I'm sorry. I know
Can I
that's
come
not.
move there and do life with you guys?
She will take you in.
Aw.
You know that. She'll
I know.
take you in.
She worked out with us that one time.
Yeah, and she's everybody's Nene, and we love her, and she's amazing.
She's gonna probably tear up now listening to this.
Well, I think I told you when you called me initially about the divorce.
Yeah, she was like she was
she was shocked, yes.
Yeah.
But I told you, I was like, if Cody were to do the things to me that are being done to you, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law will hurt him. Like, I will tattle on him,
it's not.
And I told her that,
that way.
when everything happened, I told her that. She's like, oh, my son ain't doing anything like that.
Cody wouldn't, because he would probably be like, the wrath.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
good.
I could go into that, but I'm actually scared that he's watching. So
You think Cody's watching?
no, you're he.
Oh, well. Hello out there if you are.
Cody is very upset by Megan's situation. And
We all are.
We realized how much Cody loves Megan. We're Team Megan. Now you have me crying.
See, I told you. Aw.
I love her. But I don't know what I was. Were we talking about you dating?
Yeah.
I should be ready. Oh, I was saying
I should
that
be ready.
I do feel like God will.
Yes, no, and I
do what
want
needs to be
to
done.
continue to.
Oh, and then that's my mom. Okay, now I gotta talk about my mom. I'm on mommy. There you go.
Oh, that's so cute. We've got more viewers.
Because I shared it.
Look at us, 47 minutes. Whew! Sorry, guys. It's okay. Cassie and I always end up going between like 35 and 45 minutes. We just start talking like we do. This was fun. Anyway, but like you said, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And I just want God's hand to be in it. I really do. And my faith, I've always been close to God. And my faith has grown. I can't even explain it in a lot of ways, how much I've grown and how there have been so many times.
That's how you know, because it's pouring.
I know, and I think that's so cool because people have said so I had a couple of people message me being like, that you're glowing, and I'm like, that's Jesus. that is the joy of the Lord. Is the joy of the Lord. Like, that's not me. It's all Him, because it's all Him.
Yeah.
But I just want my life to be. I want my life to be like a walking testimony, really,
100%.
Truly, and I used to always think that, but I never really, not like I was doing anything bad, but I wasn't living my life as a walking testimony.
Yeah.
And these last few months have really showed me, I feel like what He's calling me to, and I really feel like, and we'll talk about that tonight because I was going to talk to you about that this weekend, but I really feel like He's calling me to ministry in some form. I don't know what yet, but I don't know, I just really feel like I want my life to be a walking testimony for Him. And this wasn't how I expected my life to be a walking testimony. But if that's what He's going to do and use me for, then I'm just going to run with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important.
And like I told you, all for His glory. Mm-hmm. I feel like once you acknowledge that, that you're doing it for Him, not for you, I feel like that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, and that's definitely where I'm getting.
Oh,
and it's
exciting.
It's exciting. It's nervous. It's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of hopes and dreams and aspirations, and it's nerve-wracking to think of doing them on my own. I mean, obviously I have family and friends, but it's still, nervous.
Our pastor was talking about another pastor that got called to this not safe. it's like the most dangerous city in the world or something, that God told him, like, go here. And our pastor was like, hey, you realize that's not safe for you and your 6 kids.
He took his kids?
Yes.
Oh, my
Because,
goodness.
they're moving to pastor. And the guy said, the safest place for me to be is in the middle of God's will. And I loved that. Obviously, for their situation, he meant literally safest.
Literally.
Yeah. But even for you, the safest place for me to be is in the middle of God's will. And I feel like
whatever that is,
he pushed you, your ex-husband pushed you into it a little bit, but you're there. Like,
yeah.
I feel like,
I have hard days, but it's okay because everyone has hard days.
Yeah.
And I just feel like,
oh my gosh, sorry. I was reading my Bible and Paul said something like, I might say this wrong. He said something along the lines of like, because he talked to the churches a lot, and I think he was saying like, you guys need to be more godly, and then he's like, that'll help my anxiety. Like, that's what it says, my anxiety. And I was like, Paul had anxiety? Oh my gosh, like I am like Paul, like. But it's just
I am
or
Paul.
the story of like Jesus, where he's like, please, like, don't make me do this, God. Like, I feel like those are such good stories to cling to, of like, because you don't want to.
I mean, because Jesus didn't want to. He's obviously not going to want to die on the cross, but he knew that it was for God's will and for the will of the universe. And I think that's so powerful, because Jesus, who was this perfect person for his 32 years of life, he still had struggles, and he didn't want to do certain things. And I think that's just such a testimony, because like, I didn't want to do this. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want to go through this, but this is where I'm at. And I can either sit and cry and be miserable, or I can say, okay, God, use me. Yeah. Use me and show me. And
just so you know, when Jesus did that prayer of like, Lord, he had the 3 disciples that were watching out for him. Just so you know, I'm one of your 3. Like, I got you. Like, I know I was watching when my pastor did a sermon on that, and it was about friendship, and just, he's like, who's your 3? And I was like, oh, yeah. So it's just like, we got you. I feel like I'm glad you're home. I feel like you do have an amazing community. Yeah. Obviously, Cassie is one of them. Thank you, Cassie, and thank you, Mimi, and everybody. But you got this.
I got this. I've got this.
I'm gonna be at her next wedding, so. Bridesmaid. We're wearing purple. No, we're not doing purple again, are we?
Mauve. That's a long way. That's a long ways.
I remember when I called you to ask you that, and I was like, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but if the day ever came,
would I be in your wedding?
Could I be in your wedding? Not even would I. Like,
could I?
You have to put me in your wedding. And I was ready to like argue over it. Like, listen, Megan, I've gone through this with you.
Listen, we're on the other side, so like, let's start planning. Oh my gosh.
I can't do direct quotes like you. Okay. But it just reminds me of like Phoebe trying to shut out Monica. She's like, you stuck on, Like,
oh, she's what does she say? Oh my gosh, it will hit me later.
I got her.
It will hit me later. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But I feel like that's
yeah, just hold on for dear life. But you fought your way back in. Something like that, yeah.
I was ready to do that. I was ready to argue for it, but
you were ready to argue? Oh, to be in the wedding?
Yeah.
Okay, you're there. You're there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna save this video.
That's okay. I'm gonna save this video, and then when you tell me I'm not, I'm gonna show you this and tell you, like, you're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, we'll see.
Not that it's a very big honor. You don't have to make me like maid of honor. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not gonna push you into.
I have no idea who that would even be.
You should, like, if you were, you should like be like, you're not gonna be a bridesmaid, and then I'll get all worked up, and then you'd be like, you're my maid of honor. Yeah, and
I'm gonna tell you though.
Oh, okay.
If the Lord blesses me with finding love again, because it's all up to Him. I mean, I could be an old spinster lady with a bunch of cats. It could happen. It could happen. I've already got 2. I'm one step closer. But if he does, this is going to be a whole new experience because I won't be 17 again this time.
I know. Like, my single friends, I asked them, I was like, how do you date? And they looked at me very concerned because I'm obviously a married woman.
Why are you asking me this?
And I was like, no. For my best friend, I was like, we don't know how she's supposed to date. Like, how do you do this? How do people do this? You know,
I have no idea because the last time I was single,
go to the bookstore. You know, like,
do you want to go to the mall and go eat in the food court?
Like, yeah,
yeah.
We were still at, like, note passing stage.
Yep.
And
I was still in the stage of like, do you think he likes me when you go ask him? Yeah. That's the last time I remember being single, so I don't really know.
I have the screenshot of Cody saying, will you go out with me?
Aw, Codester.
Yeah.
Codester.
And then I remember I was in my sister's living room, and I was like, this boy just asked me out. And she's like, are you going to say yes? And I was like, yeah.
Obviously.
And then I was like, I don't know what to put. You know, like, do I say yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Let me think about it. And I was like, do I wait? Like, do I need to, like...
Do I wait a couple hours? What do I wait
and
a day?
She's like, and she said, just put, yes, I'd love to. And I did. I put, yes, I'd love to. And I don't know if she knows that, like, I did do what she says.
See, in high school, I remember having a ringtone, and Allie would know. And Abby too. I had a ringtone for Curtis, and if I can find it, I'll show you. I had this ringtone with him, like all through high school. So whenever we'd go through our spurts of like together, not together, together, not together, and I'd be with the girls hanging out, and my phone would go off. Everyone would look at my phone and be like, "Oh my gosh, he texted you."
Cody's ringtone once we were dating was the train song. What's it called? Drive By. Yeah, I don't know why it's so random. I think it was free on the ringtones, but anyways, the gist of today was I'm grateful for
I'm grateful for Natalia, and we're gonna watch Spider-Man tonight.
Yes, we're gonna watch. Oh my gosh,
was it that good?
Yes.
Really, because I love Marvel. I don't have anyone to go see Marvel with me anymore.
While Cody's gone, I can.
Okay. So then afterwards, can I just tag
along? It's like Doctor Strange is coming out next.
Huh.
And this gets into that. You have to watch this.
I'm excited.
Doctor Strange. Have you seen WandaVision?
Okay, no, I have not seen that. Uh-oh.
I'm done.
Are we done? We probably should cut it off, though. Man, look at us. This was fun, though. You know, this morning I really was like, I just want to go back to sleep.
I was about to come slap you.
Oh.
I was like, I've been looking forward to this.
My baby, my 2-year-old, not even a baby anymore. Yeah. I just woke up and I was like.
I have an alarm set to know that you're doing this every Friday.
Aww.
That way I can tune up.
I love whenever I see your comments.
I feel like I do it too much.
No, I'm glad.
Well, because it's like I want to have the conversation with you guys.
We still have 6 people live watching us right now.
I don't know what that was.
Okay, yeah. And on that note, have a lovely weekend. Yeah, I do. I could use one. I'll tell you. Have a lovely weekend, and she'll be back maybe this summer. Maybe she'll. Ooh, you, me, and
I'm not leaving. I'm just kidding. What?
Oh,
yes, you, me. 6 kids permanently at your house.
Oh, just stay till next Friday.
I would love to. I need to meet Cassie.
Yes,
Cassie, if you're watching, I need to meet you.
Maybe she can come by this weekend.
She's got a little baby. I want to meet the little baby. Oh, stop.
He's so small. I love him so much. I'm like, Amy, Megan loves you. I'm sure Cassie's like, what is this crack job just saying to my baby right now?
Anyway. I was with the baby. I had to really refrain from being like.
Let me just breathe in the sweet baby smell.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay. Have a good weekend.
Have a weekend. Check out that mother-son Nerf gun war. Do it. Go with your son. It's going to be so much fun. I'm excited. We love Nerf guns in our house. Pew, pew. Pew, pew. And now I'm going to try to remember how to do this.
You got this.
Bye.